Well, good morning, everyone. Let's take our Bibles to 1 Peter 2:9 for promise number 276. Promise number 276 is this: God promises that He has chosen us to be a royal priesthood and a holy nation. And there's so much to that. I don't know how I'm going to jam it all into a 5-minute devotion. But listen to the passage, 1 Peter 2:9, where it says, "But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of Him who hath called you out of darkness into His marvelous light." And so, as usual, God's word always connects together. And today's no exception. Peter is inspired to reveal our role as individual believers and how that collective of just regular individual believers creates this group or this movement of people that is a royal priesthood, a chosen generation, a holy nation, a peculiar people. It sounds like it's a large group of people, but it's made up of a bunch of individual decisions to honor and glorify the Lord as the people He saved us to be. This letter isn't written to the leaders of the church, but instead to every genuine believer. And really, it's written to everyone who claims to believe so they can know the authenticity of their claim. If you don't have any really strong desire to be involved in God's work, then you're not a part of the royal priesthood, which means you're not a believer. If you're not interested in being a part of the church, then you're not really trying to be a part of this holy nation that He calls us as a collective group. And so you have to ask yourself, if I'm not seeing the signs of this new creature that God has created me to be, then I have to ask myself, am I really one of His chosen generation? And so, like I said, many people who claim to believe have no marks of authentic faith, and they really struggle to be present, even to be present for their assignments. Listen, so you might be wondering, what do I mean? Well, listen to the passage. Christians are looked upon by God as a group of people set aside really for a specific mission. A chosen generation isn't chosen just arbitrarily to do nothing. A royal priesthood doesn't just sit around and stare at the world. A holy nation, that indicates a very specific lifestyle of choices. Peculiar people means different than everyone else. And so then he has this claim that we are to be really a model of what God can do. And so we're set aside for this specific mission. So in all those phrases that we see, listen, the purpose of being so set apart is to be a demonstration of God's praises. The difference between us and the world around us should be very obvious. So obvious, it's kind of peculiar. That means it sticks out. It's noticeable. And so most believers really act almost identically to the world around them, living for the same things, the same thrills, the same promotions, and even suffering the same effects for living for those things. But God tells us that we are to be different. We're supposed to be different. And not different as in weird and off-putting or anything like that, but different in we're pulled out of the nonsense that sin has created in our world, and we're set apart to do something that's eternally rewarded. The difference isn't arbitrary. It serves a specific purpose of being a light that shines out for others to see and to follow. We're to be different. We are to be focused on the Lord and His work. He says that we are saved, that we would show forth the praises of Him who has called us out of darkness into His marvelous light. Do some inventory. Find out, am I being a statement of praise that calls people out of darkness where they can see the glorious light of who Christ is and what God has done for them? Hope that helps. Enjoy a great day.